Hello, welcome to the Artist Chat Room. My name is Natasha Castellan, and the quote for today is "Still Like an Artist" by Austen Kleon, and that's not really a quote as much as a title. Now, I know I used his quote the last 2 weeks, but this time it's because I did still like an artist. So we've had Cyclone Alfred here for the last 2 days, and I couldn't go anywhere, couldn't do anything. And I spent the 2 days in my study locked up with, my art room with David Hockney. So let's turn this around and see how I stole like an artist. Highly recommend this book. It is a book of images from his sketches, and there's no words, just works from his study of the Yorkshire countryside. I love the way he's done his marks, and I like them so much that I found myself a little sketchbook that I've had, isn't this page beautiful, that I've had for a long time and didn't do anything with. And what year did that? Let's just go back. 2004. This is my sketchbook. Great ratio to David's sketchbook. I cannot tell you what the name of the brand is, but that's the logo. There was 30 pages, and it is cold press. I prefer hot press books, but let's get this a bit closer. Most of the work in here is done in watercolor. I would say probably 95% of it. There are 30 pages in this book, and my point of this was I pretended I was out there with David in the Yorkshire countryside and doing quick studies. Like, when I say quick, they probably took me 10-15 minutes each, maybe even longer, because it's been very wet here because of the cyclone, and I had to let things dry. Now, what I was looking at is the language he uses to do quick drawings. Look at the movement. I love this movement that I was able to create by looking at his work. I'm not replicating his work exactly. I'm using it, but I am looking at how he does his marks, and I am trying to do something similar without being an exact replica, but my own interpretation of it. Enjoyed myself greatly. Loved the way I learned some things about how to draw some marks, how to do a shorthand. Did I mention that? His shorthand for some of the things he's done. The compositions in this little booklet. Like, he does these, I don't know if you can see that. It's not great light here because we still have a lot of cloud cover. He blocks in, and then he puts these little marks on top, and then other places he has marks on marks on marks. These little rocks. The movement of the grass, the movement in the sky. The quiet areas and the loud areas, the drama that he's able to create. Now, see, he would have had more distinction here, but I don't mind this. He used a more phthalo green than I've got here, and then I do change that here. I used my Neo color because that was a real phthalo color. And I liked it where I drew on it and then watered it down, but I didn't like the bumpiness of it afterwards. But in general, I actually don't mind this page because of the different textures. He's got like long bits, shorter bits, fatter bits, different size. I don't know, does he use different size brushes or just the way he turns the brush? I used mainly 3 brushes, a big wet one to get the large areas down, a thin one and a flat one, all quite small. You feel like there's a lot happening here, but it doesn't feel over loud. The way he does these large views, I'm scared of large views, but I feel like after doing this, I'd be more game at doing some large views. You can really see the way the land is moving, the shape of the land. You're going up this hill. There's movement. I love the movement that can be created. Yeah, there's a couple I chose that are a bit more suburbia because that's where I live. I didn't quite nail this one, but I still learnt, like, you don't have to put everything about the house to put the house in. You don't have to have every little bit. You don't have to have every little bit in the tree, every branch, every leaf. I really like the quiet areas and then the loud areas. Compositionally, his work is beautiful. The movement, the flow of the land, really liked how he was able to show me how to do it. And this is where I think it's really important to look at other artists and learn from them, and even copy or do your own version of their work so that you can learn and grow as an artist. So when I say you're stealing like an artist, I'm not stealing this and saying it's my work, but I'm stealing the way he does it to learn, to grow myself as an artist. Love the drama in that. Now his isn't outlined at all. His is beautiful, but it went funny, so I had to give it a bit of an outline. I like the way this car turned out, but the drama. Now I got to this point, and this is where David's work stops. And then I looked out my front window, I have a 2-story house, so I'm looking down, and that's my letterbox and the tree. I actually have a video on me sitting out there, not sitting out there, but when I sat out there and I painted that in a sketchbook, in 2 sketchbooks, then I brought it in. I've got a video of me working back into it. But I like this area of quiet and this area of busy. I like the shorthand of the houses and the flow and movement of the roads. This is my backyard. I feel like it is quite busy. I really like the way this tree came out. And this is the hill on the other side. Tried to have that a little bit more muted tones. Maybe I could have done the fence and this palm darker to bring it more forward. Not sure. And that's the end of my David Hockney book. So you can see I've just spent 2 days. It literally took me 2 days to do this. I didn't do much else. I cooked, cleaned up a little bit, I suppose, and just enjoyed myself with David, drawing, learning, and being in Yorkshire with him in this miserable weather that we had, except probably in Yorkshire it would have been cold, where here it was pretty warm, even though it was cyclonic, is that a word? Cyclonic weather. So yeah, I hope you liked this sketchbook. I can't say every page is lovely. I'm really happy that I spent the weekend in this book. It's a great way to use artists' work and learn from. So my inspiration for you today is, if you don't know what to do in your sketchbook, which is actually what happened with me Saturday morning. I didn't know what I wanted to do. I knew I really should spend this weekend being creative, because this is an opportunity where I couldn't go anywhere, I couldn't do anything. So hey, let's get creative. And this is a great way. Find an artist that you enjoy, you love, get a sketchbook out and do a master study of his work and see what you can learn from it. It could be composition, it could be mark making, color combos, or just your own skill to do things either quickly or maybe not so quickly, and spend the weekend working on one image and really nailing it and learning in that way. So I encourage you to get out there and steal like an artist. Artists have been doing that for centuries. They've been copying masters to learn, and why can't you do the same thing? But do it in a sketchbook and learn from it. Those artists could be modern artists, they could be old artists, could be things you saw on Instagram, anywhere, and learn from other people. If you liked my little David Hockney replica book, give me a thumbs up. Do consider subscribing, and I will see you back here next week. For now, stay creative and stay safe. Thank you.